And then consistently they'd say, oh, by the way, I don't want to work for another woman. So I started to track these numbers and we got to around 80%. I asked colleagues and they were getting similar numbers. And I knew that was, a small, not very scientific sample. But if you go to the literature, there's huge studies all replicating these findings. Gallup in the US has actually tracked this for 60 years and we're still not shifting the data too much, which is really a shame.
It checks out with in workplaces I've been in, there have been huge schisms between female employees and female bosses where it was pretty much an all-out Cold War. Like it was, not talk. Yep.
There were a couple girls that I dated that had female bosses and they were constantly complaining about her and just saying how rude she was and would never take accountability. So she would always blame everybody else for not doing like certain tasks, but would never acknowledge that, maybe it was a fault of my leadership. And I've heard this over several years from multiple women saying they don't like their female boss and they would rather it be a man.
And then consistently
we've heard time and time again that it's the man's fault that women aren't in the highest places, that men won't allow women to be in the highest places, and we make it so difficult for them, and all this rhetoric that doesn't make any sense. And here we come to find out the majority of women don't even like working for women. Y'all don't even like working for women. So who's really holding women back? Who is it really? And you know what the number one reason is? Because what he just said, they don't take accountability. They don't take accountability for their own screw ups. I find it funny that women can understand what men are saying but they have to finally be put in those circumstances. This is what happens when you put ladies in the workplace, especially in leadership positions.
I don't want to work. I want money to fall easy on my lap. I don't want to do nothing. I want money to come just out of the blue, just randomly in the mailbox. I've been living off of men. I don't worked enough. I retired in my early 20s. How this been working out for me? Just stay tuned. I'm about to tell you everything. You want easy money, a handout. I'm waiting for the money to fall out the sky, literally. I try this shit at home, kids. I'm done. I don't work. I won't do no DoorDash. I only want easy money. A lot of people in the comment section say, get a job. No, I want a random check to come in the mail. And it always does. My life seems to amaze me because random money would just poof out of nowhere. When was the last time I got some random money? $1,000 of food stamps randomly just came into my account. You'll be surprised how money can come in forms of just random, like just literally land on your lap. I refuse to work, DoorDash, any type of gig, any type of job. If I do work, it has to be very easy money. I did work in 2020 selling pictures, and that was easy because I would just literally take pictures and sell them. That required no hard labor or nothing. From 12 to my 20s, I worked every single day. Hard labor jobs, and my body had gave out on me. And I was tired. I was the only one working, and everybody around me was living off of me, leeching off of me. I don't want to.
AKA, she was taking care of a Pookie. That's what she's talking about. She was taking care of another man, and she had to do all that hard labor. And now she doesn't want to do it anymore. These are the women, by the way, that they expect these top quality men to marry. This woman sitting up here saying that she doesn't want to do any type of work. You think she's gonna do work for you, future husband? Do you honestly think she's that? And then she said she got $1,000 of food stamp came out of nowhere. Lady, that money didn't just come out of nowhere. you went and signed up, and now you're leeching off of the taxpayers with that blueberry haircut and that 2 ounces of Crisco you put on your lips. These ladies, how can? Oh my gosh, man. How can ladies not see this? When other women see this, y'all think that these are the type of women that men want? Like, honestly, just put it down in the comment section. Is this the type of man is this the type of woman that you think that most men want? This woman says she wants easy money. And the pictures that she was taking, we all know what kind of pictures she was taking. She was taking them OF type of pictures. This lady's a sex worker. I do not believe that she's getting all this money from men and just not giving up anything at all. Absolutely not, because she is not that gorgeous. She is not. She's a 4 at best. But this is ladies.
Women should not work unless she wants to. Women live their most ideal lives when they depend on their partner, their husband. All any woman really wants is to stay home, taking care of herself, her children, the home, her husband. Women are just not meant to work, literally and hormonally. Women's bodies do not handle stress the way a man's does. Women's fertility and overall femininity take a huge impact when they have to deal with stress. In society, women are told, suck it up, you can do it just like a man can, but guess what? We can't. So they're taking on the stress of a career just to prove themselves in society. They're actively pursuing independence instead of being in their true femininity. Women are specifically designed to be dependent. It's true, and when most women hear this, they find it incredibly offensive. Why? Society tells them that it is. When in reality, women are one of the most precious resources in the world. We literally produce life. We should be proud of the fact that we are protected and we can depend on our men. It's sad that society makes women feel like they're disposable when they're not. Women just aren't meant to work like men are. It's okay to depend on a man. Our bodies were just not built for work, and we shouldn't feel bad or pressured from society. Women should not.
I actually agree with a lot of what she's saying. Your bodies are not meant to carry the stress load that a man's body handles when going to work. But you know what's crazy? Men knew this. This is why we set up a society where you didn't have to work. But women, in all of your magnificent intelligence, thought that it was oppressive. You thought that staying home and doing an easy life was oppressive. And so what did you do? We want to work too. So now you guys are working and you see what it's like, what men have to deal with, and now you cannot take it. There are women who are only 22 crying, I can't do this anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's how they sound. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yes, women they should be taken care of. But in order to be taken care of, you have to thank that man and show appreciation to that man. That's the part that y'all are missing. You know how to be taken care of, y'all know how to sit around and do nothing, but you do not know how to show appreciation to the man that is taking care of you. And until you start doing that, you will forever be single and die alone and have to work until the end of your days, or until you get on some type of social security.
My sister-in-law was like, just find something that you want to do. I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I literally want to be at home on my farm, taking care of my house, cleaning my house, taking care of my dogs. How am I supposed to tell someone that that's what I want to do? I don't want to work. I don't want to do any kind of job. I literally don't. Like, how am I supposed to tell someone? That's what makes me happy. Not working and being at home. And I literally have to work. Oh my gosh, dude. What the fuck? My sister-in-law.
This woman is having like a midlife crisis in her car because she doesn't want to work. She's not old looking at all. She's maybe late 20s, early 30s, right? Come on, man. And you know what's crazy? Men know that majority of women, and the vast majority of women don't want to work. We know this. But when y'all come in with all of this, you're the table and you're the prize, we're like, all right, man, she needs some humility. She needs to go out and get kicked in the face by life like we've been kicked in the face. And a lot of women are getting kicked in the face, but then it's too late for them to change. They're too masculine. They're too uncooperative, argumentative. And they're not going to change. They're not going to do the work. Obviously, they don't want to work a regular job. So do you think they're going to put in any type of work on themselves besides vanity products like lipstick and fillers? Other than that, they're just not going to change. I mean, she's young enough to turn it around, but I highly doubt it.
I maxed out all my credit cards and I
Wow! Don't you just love to hear that phrase? That's how I know this is going to be a good episode.
Total income that came in that we saw was $144.
No.
And it's through Cash App.
Like, how are you even feeding yourself making $144 on DoorDash a month? $144, you're not even hustling at that point. What else are you doing all day? You live in your car.
Like, when I get a job, I have panic attacks at, like, work. I'll wake up one morning and be like, do I really want to go? And
That's a panic attack?
bills? Why aren't your bills paid?
Because I don't have money.
Because?
Why don't you have
I
money?
don't work.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're literally just gonna die in poverty. And that's unacceptable to me. That's beyond unacceptable.
Because I'm out and about. It's not like
What?
I'm sitting around doing.
She's not serious. She is not serious. At least I'm out and about. Even when you are sleeping, you're still out and about. You're in your car.
$90? This is such an immature,
Oh, she let $90 go to collections. You know what that means?
The actual sad fact, and we're not going to talk much about her, but the sad fact is, you have a daughter.
No.
Yeah.
You have a child who's
Your mom takes care of her.
while
Yeah,
you live in
it
your car
tries
because
to.
you choose not
Yeah.
to work.
Okay.
Even after a show like this, people with this type of mindset that just simply cannot take control of their own life are gonna continue to do the same shit over and over again. And
Your
she's over here
choices are
laughing about this shit.
I gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This. What work experience do you have?
Warehousing?
Yes, you could get a warehousing job here pretty easily.
Duh.
I don't like warehousing though. Working sucks though. I don't
Wow.
like.
I just want to jump in real quick and say this. This is why the men should have the children. There are so many women that have this mindset. I don't want to work, so I'm just going to get on welfare. I'm just going to not work. I'm just going to pass my responsibilities off to my parents, which is our kids' grandparents. There are so many women that have this mentality, right? Men do not do this. Men will find a way to make it happen. If you give them the kids and leave them alone, you will never hear, or it's rare that you will hear of a man, an able-bodied working man with no type of mental issues or anything, and he has his kids, he's going to figure out a way to make it work. He's going to. But this, and she's smiling, and if he doesn't, he feels like an absolute loser. She's smiling. That father who couldn't provide for his children wouldn't dare smile on some type of camera show. On any type of anything. He wouldn't dare say this with a smile. She is not working and proud of being a terror. Why aren't people calling her a deadbeat mom? Why isn't this all over TikTok or Instagram or whatever? But if it was a man, it would be everywhere. It would be everywhere. But because it's a lady, they give her a slap on the wrist, if that. Let's keep it going.
Work.
She's gonna wait until a massive issue happens that could have easily been prevented. No emergency fund, no extra fund. She's gonna be out traveling through Georgia, living in her car, and when her car breaks down and no one can fix it and she has no money to do anything, then she's gonna be like, okay, maybe I should actually sit the fuck down and get a job, whether I like it or not. And she's laughing!
Nothing. Just nothing.
Dude, I'm sad. This is sad.
This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to bring back embarrassment.
If you
This
walk
is
away from this
embarrassing.
conversation with anything,
This is the car. This car is on its last legs. Wow, that just made it so much better. That just made it so much better. This is the car you're living in.
what was the thing that was broken that you had to get fixed?
Oh, I don't have it fixed yet. I had to get my brakes fixed. But
so scary.
I'm riding on a broken axle, so when I turn, you can hear clicking.
She said this is her freedom. This is what makes her happy, is not raising her daughter in California, not getting a job, living in this car from 1926 with a broken axle that can snap at any point in time. I bet you she still doesn't have car insurance.
You don't have car insurance, do you?
I knew it.
No.
I knew it. I knew it.
So I maxed out all my credit cards.
Listen, if the father is still around, she seems like the type of person who is just a little loose with the box. So she probably doesn't even know who the father is. Because if she did, I guarantee that child would have that man would have the child. Or maybe not, because you know how these women are. They are struggling, but they still don't want the father to come in and take care of the child. So who knows? This woman has no insurance, driving that Flintstone car with a broken axle and no brakes. And she has the nerve to have piercings in her face. Are these the strong, independent women that y'all were telling us about? Is this one of yours, ladies? Is she one of yours? I'm just asking for a friend. Somebody else wants to know. Not me, but somebody else wants to know. Guys, that's it for today's video. If you haven't already done so, hit that like hit that subscribe, and do me a quick favor, hit that hype button. Hype this video up. It costs you nothing. I made these videos for free for you. It costs you nothing. If you want another good video, click this one on your top left. If you want a great video, click this one on your top right, and I will see you on another one.